Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lordina. I make videos helping you guys on your academic journey, as well as documenting my own journey as a current A-level student. So as you can tell from the title of the video, I'll just be giving you guys a bunch of really helpful tips, and I'll just be sharing a bunch of life hacks that can just make your sixth form experience so much easier. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. You don't need to make notes. Let me explain. This will probably sound very controversial, but there are two sides to the story. In my opinion, making notes to an extent can be a waste of time. There is a difference between making effective notes and just making notes. Copying out what's in your textbook onto a piece of paper or in your notebook is just a waste of time. Instead, you could be doing something much more better. And I say making notes is a waste of time in this situation. So with my classes, the teacher will have the PowerPoint up on a board, and sometimes our teacher would just wait for us to just write everything down that is on the PowerPoint. Sometimes this can take quite a while. I could be using that time to actually practice exam-style questions, or either practicing active recall or just doing something much more useful with my time instead of copying notes. So instead of having to do this within your lessons, there are different ways which you can save time from not having to make any notes. There are so many online resources that have notes that are already made for you. I know physics and maths tutor does this. They will have notes for every single topic, and I absolutely love this, and it's for free. You can just print it off. You can print it off and that is your set of notes. You don't really need to be making any sort of extra notes because everything is already there, and I found this saved so much time. I know that when I was doing my year 12 mocks, our teacher actually gave us this really thick pack of notes, and not only did it have notes, but it also came with exam style questions. I had the notes for the topic in one place as well as exam style questions, and that was the only thing I ever needed. I didn't need to bring extra textbooks, I didn't need to bring extra notebooks. Everything was just all together in a pack. So you guys should definitely utilize the internet. There are so many free resources and pre-made notes, because there are different websites that make these notes. I actually find that sometimes the notes that I already made, when you read it, probably makes more sense than maybe the way your teacher explains it. So if you have been on the study tube side of YouTube, then you will see people make super aesthetic, pretty notes. I'm guilty of doing this myself. I actually just wanted to try it out just to see if it worked. How I thought of it was that if I made prettier notes, it would actually draw me to want to look at the notes and put it on display, hence pick it up and start revising. Guys, give this video a big thumbs up if you've ever made some notes from a topic or a lesson and you never went back to look at it again, because I've definitely been there and done that. To an extent it did work. Making pretty notes can be time consuming. By all means, if that is what generally helps you to revise, then go for it, but it's not always the most necessary thing to do. The sort of notes that you do not want to make is where you literally just copy everything word for word from a textbook, and the worst thing is thinking that you're revising just from doing that. No, this is called passively revising. You are literally just writing notes. You are not retaining information, or you are not practicing exam technique. So this is something you just want to avoid. So the exceptions for making notes is if you're going to make notes that are generally effective, something that you can look back on. If you guys want a video on how to make effective notes and not just copy the whole textbook into your notebook, then comment that down below. I'll be happy to do something like that. This theory of not making any notes at all, it is proven. I promise you guys, I'm not waffling. If you literally go on YouTube right now and search up why I don't make notes, there are so many study tubers, people who are in university doing really academic degrees, really explain why they don't make notes. They really get into the nitty-gritty of it, and they are not just waffling themselves. And what they do instead, they practice active recall. If you don't know what active recall is, it's basically using spaced repetition to practice something so that it can be stored in your long-term memory and not in your short-term memory instead, which is much more effective than just writing a bunch of notes. So in terms of doing end of topic tests, or at least your first test that you do in sixth form, you can can be a bit nervous, I can't lie, because I'm not too sure what to expect. Exam technique is absolutely different when it comes to A-levels. There will be people who say that they didn't revise. There's just always one. So some people be like, yes, I didn't even revise that much, I'm going to fail. You will get those sort of people, and in a sense that will make you feel better. You'll be like, oh, okay, he didn't revise, she didn't revise, so we're all gonna fail together. But when it comes to getting those results for the test, those people who said that they didn't even revise, they'll just be getting A stars on the test, and that can just affect you so much. It's because then you will start going through the self-doubting phase, like, oh my goodness, I'm actually that dumb, etc. And this is just generally not good for your mental health at all. Or you could be that person who is generally not lazy and you could revise for hours for this test, and when it comes and you get your results and you're not happy with it, there are people who probably did the bare minimum and they still be getting good results. Please don't let this put you down at all. It's actually quite normal that the first couple of tests you do in year 12 that you don't get such a high grade. Like, it's super normal to get like C's or D's. Even ask your teachers, it's very common. It's because you're new to this like exam technique of A-levels. You will have more time to build up on your exam technique and just the way how you revise. So as you probably know, or if you didn't know already, you guys will be getting free periods. I am telling you, if you have set the time to do some studying during your free periods, do it by yourself, sit by yourself. It's because the amount of times I actually said this to myself, where I would be like, okay, I'm going to do some studying or revision, and I actually end up talking to my whole friend during a whole 2.5 hours. At least that's how long my free periods last, and I've done this quite a lot of times. Within your first couple of weeks, you're just trying to get to know everyone and you want to be around your friends, which by all means is absolutely fine. But when you have put your mind to something and you said you're going to do it, so guys, just sit by yourself to do your work and just be in the zone to concentrate, because trust me, you won't regret it. Go into school every day if you can. I know sometimes we have like one of those days where we are generally sick. Do not skive school just because you don't feel like coming. It's because when you miss one day of school, it will feel like you've just missed out on the whole entire A-level course, because the A-level course, any subject in general, there is so much content to cover and you have to know it all. On average in biology, we can cover up to 2 or 3 topics in one lesson, and if you miss out on all of that, that's your L. The reason why it's your L is because when you do come to do these end of topic tests, the 2 or 3 topics that you missed out, I guarantee it will come up on that test. What teachers would expect you to do is to email them about what you guys are learning. The teacher could send you the PowerPoint. Just know that you will need to catch up at one point. When it comes to the test, there are no excuses. Yes, you were away, but you just still have to do it. You should definitely check out the other videos on my channel if you enjoyed this one, such as my productive weekly vlogs. And to stay tuned for that, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I post a bunch of things on there that you won't be seeing on this channel. Thumbs up this video as it really helps out with my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!